Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome to tonight's show, guys. You want to say hi?
What's going on, good people? It's your boy Clint. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show. Holla at me.
What up, though, folks? It's your boy Willie Styles. Thanks for joining the show. Looking forward to a great night, great topic.
Yes, guys, we got a great topic for you guys. If you're listening right now, you're on blogtalkradio.com/GST Radio Show. And today is November 2nd, 2017?
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, we was it.
Y'all know. First of all, I had a long day. Fuck both of y'all. How about that?
hey, you good.
Yeah. Y'all lucky I made it on tonight. But we're going to briefly go into how our week was. So, Clint, you want to kick this off?
Hey, regular old week, money-making week. Like I said, I'm continuing my health is wealth thing, you know. So I'm imploring everybody to work out, get their health right. You know, this week I've been doing a lot of exercising, changing up my diet, been my main focus, and trying to get everybody else that's close to me, trying to get them motivated to work out. And I realized the only way I can do that is to show them my results. So I got to just go hard myself. You know, that's all I've been doing. You feel me? Thank you.
Willie?
I've been having a really good week. Started the week off. See what I started the week with. My friend came up from out of town, and we had a great weekend together, hanging out. And then we ended it with my sister's wedding, and then Janet Jackson concert as well on Sunday. Both of those events was extra hype. We really enjoyed that. Then I spent the rest of the work week, just trying to catch up on work so I could come right back down here to Florida to come hang out and hit up a Brandy concert. So, we out here doing it. So just having a good time, enjoying life.
Oh, you see my baby Miss Jackson. Oh.
Man, that concert was awesome, man.
Was this the show? Was this the show where I believe Tiana Taylor?
Tiana Taylor came up to Detroit to see her. Yep. It was man. The concert was off the hook. She did like every song, man. I couldn't believe how many different songs she was doing. We walked in on her doing a whole medley of different songs from the past, the current, everything in between. She did, all her bigger hits and everything. Even came out, they did the 25th anniversary of Rhythm Nation. So she did a whole stage set up for that, and man, it was just off the hook. Okay, and it's like the first major concert at Little Caesars Arena. Got to check out the arena. Wasn't impressed though. I was really upset about Little Caesars Arena. Shout out to the Pistons, shout out to the city of Detroit, but y'all need to tear that thing down and start over. I'm really disappointed.
Wow.
I was literally, man, I mean, it's sad, man. I was 20 rows back from the front of the 100 section, so supposed to be nice little seats. At least I thought so. Until I got there and found out the way that it's so steep, it's like you inside of a cereal bowl.
Oh,
the whole edges is so steep, like people are stacked on top of each other. So you literally like 150, 250 feet back, and you're only 10 rows up. 20 rows up, we were in nosebleeds. I paid like $100-some each for those tickets to be in nosebleeds.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
That's the 100 section. That's a lower level, right? On the floor, it's not so bad, but you don't want to be on the floor in a big major concert like that. It's way too many people, everybody standing up and that kind of stuff. But man, yeah, I was highly disappointed in those seats, that seating arrangement. It's like, I mean, no seat is good. Right. Like you're too far back with everything. So yeah, somebody failed. This big major fail on that arena.
The hashtag epic fail.
Yeah. Epic fail. Yeah.
Right.
Start over. Do over.
Right.
that $500 million just went down the drain for no reason.
Damn.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up, though.
It's a nice looking setup outside of the seating and all that, but they failed there. They really failed.
Basically, Willie said he had better, so that was some bullshit.
I've had better. I know I've had better. This is BS.
My son's over here acting like he's in the Tarzan shoot. Anyway, my week, can y'all hear him?
No.
Oh, he sounded like he was in the jungle real quick.
No.
No, but my week has been a fuck it week. Like, fuck this whole week. I want to take it, ball it up, throw it in the nearest garbage can. That's how I feel. And then set that bitch on fire. That's how my week been. My kids been okay. I really can't complain about them. It's just other shit and work. I just, like, fuck everybody. I hate everybody and all that shit. But other than that, I'm good. Like, I'm alive. I'm healthy. So I guess that's good, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely good. That's definitely good. You know what I mean? Have you been on top of your health? That's what, you know what I mean? Talking about that.
I have not been back to the doctors. I've been, like, it's been, and it's not even an excuse, but I've been so busy with work and like, home life that I really haven't had a chance to take off and do for myself. But I actually am off on next Tuesday because it's election day. So maybe I need to call my doctor and set up an appointment so I can show up in there real quick on Tuesday to make sure I ain't dying.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll update you on next show, but it's just been a lot, and I'm over. I'm drinking right now. It's terrible.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I need me a drink.
I got rum and coke. That's all I have.
Oh man, that'd be love. That'd be love right now.
I know, right?
Right?
Exactly.
I was thinking about this shit while we were like, I got to drink before I kill somebody.
I'm going to have a drink right after the show. It's cool. We got a bottle of wine.
I'm going to be asleep after the show. Because I'm going to be fucking nap time. But we want to jump in this topic because this topic, I don't know if y'all remember we had our girl Mia on here back when we did the screenshots. I know what the fuck I said. If you don't got to show me or whatever. We had her on and she gave us out some information. Y'all, yeah, definitely check that show out though. But yeah, she gave us a topic about talking about when people, because y'all caught the end of that show, we talked about, people being in relationships and them cheating and stuff and who's to blame and all that shit and why the other female always getting approached like, she got something to explain to the current female and all that crap. So we wanted to know. So the question was, who's to blame when somebody get caught cheating?
Right.
Yeah.
Take a look at
you asking?
Well, yeah, I'm asking you guys, like, who would you blame if you got caught, if you caught your mate cheating or whoever you're dating cheating?
So, you want to go first, Willie?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. So yeah.
Oh, hold on, Willie. I completely. Where's my brain at? Y'all not even on it. I'm firing both of y'all. Y'all ain't let me get out the number or nothing.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
You jumped right into the topic, man.
Yeah, this is how we do it, guys. They're not even on it. I'm firing both of them. But if you guys are listening, you guys want to join in or chime in on our topic, the phone number is 657-383-1155. If you don't want to call in, you still want your voice heard, and you're on Twitter, at us at GFT_radio, and we will talk about your tweet on the show. Okay, go ahead, Willie, now.
Yeah, anyway, I'm going to have you know, I've tweeted that already twice.
Yeah, that.
And it's on Facebook, so it's cool. Anyway, so yeah, the spirit of the conversation was supposed to, it's really supposed to talk about, the who's to blame in the total act and situation when there's cheating involved in a relationship, right? And I think when we were talking about it on the show the other day, we were kind of wondering, who really is the culprit in why the person cheated or the motives for cheating and that kind of thing. So, I admit I've been in some relationships where there's been cheating. Luckily for me, it wasn't me, so it was always the other person. But I guess unluckily for me, huh? But anyway, so the thing was though is that in a situation where a relationship is going south and people are starting to kind of lose interest or lose the ability to see a further future in it or just get bored, right? I think that the cheating comes in when, either people are taking each other for granted or when people are losing interest in the the meat and potatoes of the relationship, the communication, maybe the sex, maybe the relationship, how they're moving and doing things together, that kind of thing. And so I think when it comes down to who's to blame, really, I think it's both of them. Both people are, in one shape, way, or fashion, can be blamed for why the cheating happened. The person that's doing the cheating, I think they're the main culprit for the main person to blame, because of course they're the ones that have stepped out of the relationship. They're the ones that have gone beyond what's appropriate for a relationship when a relationship is starting to sour. They do it a lot of times because they either feel like they're not going to get caught. I think that's why guys do it. They don't feel like they're going to get caught, or they don't think of the consequences of the cheating and how it's going to make the person that they're cheating on feel. When it comes to the person who is getting cheated on, I think a lot of times they're not conscious of what and why the person they're in a relationship with is stepping out on them. They haven't done the due diligence to try to understand the issues that person may have with the relationship or with the situation. I know in one of the relationships I was in that I got cheated on, I think I was just unconscious to the fact of what she was out here doing. Like she was out here, having dates with dudes, doing, having time away, and I was just like, I was burying my head in the sand. Like I didn't want to think that it was happening, let alone acknowledge that it was happening. You know what I'm saying? So, I was to blame in that I didn't push harder to say what's really going on. Why don't you want to come home, or why don't you want to come to me, or why don't we go out anymore, or why don't we do this, why don't we do that? I didn't ask the hard questions. You see what I'm saying? So I think that puts some of the blame on me as to the further demise of the relationship. Not to say that it's my fault. I'm definitely not saying that. We're not going to victim blame, but the thing is that there is some responsibility in what did you do to save the relationship if you really wanted that relationship saved. You see what I'm saying? And what did you do to mitigate the issues that person had with you that caused them to go out and cheat because they felt like they were missing something at home, or they weren't getting something that they could get outside of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the biggest thing is that we got to look at both sides of the picture. Can't put it's not all the blame is not on that one person.
Okay, I 100% agree with you that, I feel like both people, whenever a relationship fails, both people are to blame. Because whatever relationship I was in that failed, I was partly to blame just as much as her. You feel me? I never cheated. You feel me? I always go into a relationship, I always tell somebody when we talking, getting to know each other, I like it straight with no chaser. You feel me? Give it to me honestly. Don't hold nothing back because, like I always say, a running theme on here is communication is paramount with me. So we always have to communicate. Now, when it comes to cheating, just straight act of cheating, to me, the cheater is always the one that's 100% to blame for that. Because that's the ultimate act of selfishness to me.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate act is you're trying to have your cake and eat it too.
True.
That's what you're trying to do. If we're at a point in our relationship to where you feel you have to step out on me, or I feel that I'm interested in somebody else, I'm going to come to you first. Because at that point, in my mind, the relationship is over. Mm-hmm. When I get to that point where I feel like I want to explore my options, in my mind, the relationship is over. We done tried everything. We done communicated. Communication failed, broke down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to move on. You know, I'm not going to sit out here and waste both of our time. I don't got the energy. Life's too short to waste both of our time. Me to go cheat on you, you get mad, try to get back at me, cheat on me. Like, that's, to me, that's just a bunch of chaos for no reason. You feel me? It's a bunch of selfish. To me, that's two selfish people trying to go tit for tat. When you could just, you know, easily, you know, split ways, go your separate ways, and find something better. You know, I think that's where people don't understand. They think some people get too comfortable, you know, and with people. They get way too comfortable, and that's how relationships fail. So they start taking people for granted. And when you start taking people for granted, you take extra leisures. You know what I mean? You do extra things.
Right.
So with me, it's like, come talk to me. If whatever the reason is, if it's repairable, then let's repair it. If it's not, if it's irreparable, like, well, then we just got to move on. If I'm not pleasing you in whatever way, let me know. You feel me? Don't go out and cheat. And I'm thinking everything, you know, I'm doing everything in my power to make it work.
And you over there doing X, Y, Z.
Yeah, you out there doing that. Like, you know, I can't respect that. I don't respect that at all. You feel me? It's like, remember, we were just saying that, I think in that same show with Mia, it's like, okay, me and you both said it, Willie, we can forgive.
Well, we ain't going to forget.
I ain't going to forget.
Right, exactly.
You feel me? You done showed me who you was. All right, I believe you now. You feel me?
Exactly.
You feel me? So I can never 100% trust you again. You know, it'll never be 100%. Because in the back of my mind, it's like, all right, she was devious before. You feel me? She was doing something. So what's to stop her from doing it now? She already showed me how slick she is. Mm-hmm. So what, now I got to be extra attentive. I got to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be extra. I don't want to be like, all right, where you going? You know what I mean? Because that's when them questions start coming in. Who you going with? You feel me? Like, I don't want to have to ask them questions. You grown. Babe, I'm going out with my girls. All right, go ahead. You feel me? I'll at you when you get back. That's how I want a relationship to be. But now, I mean, babe, I'm going out with my girl. This bitch about to go out here tricking. Hold on. You feel me? What you about to do? What you about to do with? You feel me? Like, I don't want to have those conversations.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Hold on, guys. We got a call. Before I chime in, I want to get the caller in, okay?
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Caller, you're on the line with GFC Radio.
Hi, Clint, Sonny, Willie Styles. I'm Janet from Belleville, and I wanted to just about who is to blame. Hi, I'm sorry. I didn't want to just jump right into it, but about who is to blame and when you cheat in a relationship. I definitely feel like you cannot exclude that person who is cheating with the other person in the relationship. You know, I was waiting for someone to bring that up. I feel like that person has to, you know, is to blame, as well as the two other people. Firstly, the cheater. Knowing, being privy of what you're doing and your wrongdoing, of course, you're to blame for it, firstly. And then when you're in a relationship with a cheater and you're either being oblivious or did not take out that time to get to know that person and maybe being there for them and just seeing what's going on, you're also to blame in that. There's only two people in a relationship. So, of course, the person getting cheated on does have to take some of that blame, too. It may hurt, but you also ultimately have to do with whatever goes on in your relationship. But back to that third person, the mistress or a person or the male, whatever they're called, but they're also to blame. You're too grown to be messing up. You're just too grown to be messing up people's relationships or even marriages. So I just wanted to say that anybody to blame is all three, and I do not exclude that third person.
What if that? Let me ask you a question now. What if that third person doesn't know?
Oh well, you know, speaking of that, I still think that third person is to blame, because just like the other person in the relationship, say if you're being oblivious and you just don't know you're being cheated on because you are oblivious or do not spend that time or have that time with that person or take time out, you're to blame. Just like the third person, you're to blame if you don't spend enough time for that person to be able to pick up these signs that they're seeing someone else or something's still going on or they have to be in another relationship. It's all about being naive or oblivious.
Right? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It puts you in the same position as the original person that's being cheated on. You didn't do your due diligence to know that cheater is a cheater.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me give y'all a scenario. Actual true story. So I meet this young lady. We hit it off, conversation. Everything was good. Vibe was good. She told me she was single. I was single at the time. One thing led to another. We did what we did. Come to find out, the whole time, she was in a whole relationship.
Wow.
You feel me? Now, like, let me clarify now. When we was talking, we did what we did. It was an understanding that we wasn't trying to get into a relationship. It was just one of those, I like to call it adult things. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. We were friends with benefits, so to speak. So
situationship.
Yeah.
But come to find out, she actually was in a real live relationship.
Yeah, it happened.
And I'm like, wow. And then, I never said nothing. And then I guess she kind of figured that I found out, and then she still tried to act like it was cool.
Wow.
And I'm like, nah, I don't never like to do something to somebody that'll come back that can be done to me. You feel me? Karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I fell back.
I think that's the issue, though, is that sometimes people will find out that they're the side piece or that they're an extra participant in this love triangle situation and will stay in it and will.
But see, then you got people.
Pursue it.
But then you got people like that the caller said. You got people that, okay, you been doing this man, he been cheating on you forever. He's cheating on you before I got together. He's cheating on you while y'all together. You pregnant, he's still fucking somebody else and other people, and you stay with him. At that point, you have to hold yourself accountable because you don't give a fuck about yourself because you still there. This dude been cheating before y'all even got together. You trying to marry this dude, and he been fucking other people, and now you mad because he cheating on you with this girl, and the girl actually confronted you like, oh, I'm sleeping with your man, and you mad. You knew he was fucking other people, so and you stayed with him. So you have to and I understand the caller's perspective when you have to take accountability. But Clint, I understand from where you coming from too because I've been in that situation. I was dealing with somebody I was dealing with, actually my son's dad, and me and him was dealing for a long time. And then as soon as we had our son, my son was a year. I found out that he had a living girlfriend, and I was trying to figure out how because you in my face every day. You're at my house.
Right.
I'm at your house. So, how you got, and then when she's like, I'm his girlfriend, I'm like, what? And she told, I ended up meeting her on some old random shit. And I was like, how are you his girlfriend? This dude is at my house, and I'm at his house. I can't go leave work. This dude ain't picking me up. He's always here. What? How is that? I asked how it worked, and she was like, we together. I'm like, you know what? I'll be together again because I don't want that shit. This nigga got a whole life over here, and I'm in this nigga house. And you got a whole girlfriend that live with you? How? I need to know. Raise my hand and ask questions. Sometimes people be doing shit and then amaze the shit out of you.
Yeah, she's not doing her due diligence to find out what he's doing while he out in the streets all the time. And
that's what I was like. And she was like, well, and she got mad. She tried to get mad at me. And I was like, well, I don't understand how you with somebody that this dude ain't never here because he's always at my house. Not even every other day. I'm talking about every day. He picked me up from work. We're at my house. And we're not at my house. We're at his house. How do y'all live together? When did you move in? I need to, what happened?
Let me ask the caller something. The caller's still on the line?
Yes, I am.
Now, have you yourself ever experienced a situation similar to
actually,
what we're discussing?
Yes. Well, when you said about not knowing if you're a side piece or not, I'm currently in a situation that I really need. I'm trying to figure and make sure of this myself where the person that I am trying to see is telling me that they're single. I am not newly single, but because of the last relationship did not go so well, I took my time dating. So he is the first person I'm trying to date. He has children, or a child, just like I have children. So I thought that, would be some understanding there. But because these last couple of dates, little by little, I've been getting hints that I'm a side chick. It feels like it. It feels like it. So I don't have that many friends. So the ones I have told that they feel like that I'm just crazy or that I'm overreacting. But I am in a similar situation where I'm just hoping that I am not the side piece and I'm not helping him cheat. So especially when, because he has a child, you always have to be extra careful with the baby mom or the baby dad, like, to be honest. So they're just very, very, very buddy-buddy, very buddy-buddy. Like, she calls to gossip with him while I'm there or while I'm with him. Though he is not, though he's not, like, getting up out of the room and walking out on the phone because he's being upfront with it and told me, he's not on bad terms with her. Does that mean that you're still doing it to her? What does that mean? What does that mean? But they're very, very, very close, like my best friend type thing.
Yeah, I would be mindful of that situation because you just never know. Like, as for speaking as another woman, and, like, I'm not really jealous of certain situations. Like, and as a parent and I co-parent, I understand certain things are normal. But, like, I'm dating someone. He knows that I have children that are not his. He knows my relationship with my son's dad. That's my son's dad. We talk about our kids, and that's it. Like, we talk about, like, general shit, and that's it. It's not like a long, let's hang out on the phone for 45 minutes. It's not about to happen. But it has to be, like, he has to set those. And that's why I always say, because I had my best friend talking to some guy, and I told her, like, you have to be mindful of the boundaries. The man is supposed to set boundaries. Whether you have kids with somebody or not, you have to draw that line in the sand because I shouldn't have to check you. I shouldn't have to say that this makes me feel uncomfortable. You should just not be doing certain things. And he has to draw lines in the sand. And if she's really cool with him, or his best friend, she will understand that this not something that she had a man. I'm sure her man would not want her to be on the phone with her baby dad for periods of time and, like, laughing and kikiing, and it ain't about the kids.
Right, exactly.
So just be mindful of that because that's a indicator that's just, I'm not saying that something's happening, but just be mindful. Like, don't, like you said, your antlers are up, pay attention to it.
That way to go.
Okay.
The one thing I want to say about it is not only be mindful of it, say something. Don't lay back to the cut and let him just roll with whatever he's doing. Because the problem is this. Okay, so that's the situation I was in. My thing was, and then this may be happening to him. He may not know how to set those boundaries because he doesn't understand where the boundaries should be set. You see what I'm saying? So, like in my situation, I was married, right? And then I get divorced, and then I start dating. But my problem is that when I wasn't in a real relationship, I still, do stuff with my ex. I still hang out. We still talk, all this kind of stuff because we're friends. We cool. We cordial. We didn't, we ended, but we didn't end. We wasn't mad at each other. We wasn't throwing pots and pans at each other or nothing. So we good. And like Sonny said, it's usually the guys. We the ones that usually don't know how to set the boundaries. Because the woman will keep pushing the limits.
You know why, though?
Why is that?
So,
go ahead. No, I'll explain that after he finishes talking what he's talking.
Yeah. So the thing is that we will sit there and we'll take everything all at once and just roll with it because we don't know any better. Or like in my situation, the way I felt about it was I didn't know where to set the boundary because I didn't know how this was supposed to work. I don't know what a divorce looks like. I don't know how I'm supposed to interact with my baby mama. I don't know how I'm supposed to react. This whole family broke. I'm trying to do in my mind. I'm trying to do whatever I can to make this transition for my kids smooth, right? And make them don't feel. I don't want them to feel like everything changed all at once in their life, right? And so I'm like, oh, y'all want to go do this together? Okay, cool. Oh, y'all want to go do that together? Okay, cool. So what it took for me was my current girlfriend to step up and say, hey, this is a problem. You can't go do this. Like you out of line, I mean, she didn't say it like that, but she made it clear. You see what I'm saying? So I think you got to make it clear to him because if you don't make it clear, she's going to keep taking advantage of both of y'all. She's not going to step back because the thing is, this is her property. Even though he's not in a relationship with her, he's, to her, in her mind, that's her property. And you're just another like piece of competition trying to get on her property. She's protecting her lair. So you gotta step in there and show that no, this is your relationship, and that you're in a relationship with him, and that you don't have to say it to her. You say it to him. Like, look,
yeah,
I understand y'all friends. I understand y'all cool, but if I'm here or if I'm not here, y'all don't need to be on the phone hanging out and gossiping and hanging out and all this other stuff. You don't have to do that. If you want to have a good cordial relationship with your baby mama, that's fine. But remember, this is about the kids, not about the two of you. Like, I have to tell my ex-wife, like, look, this is not about me and you. This is about me and these kids. And if you want to do X, Y, Z with the kids, go do that. I don't need to be there for you to go do that. Like, she went on a vacation with them. She's like, oh, you should come with the vacation with us. No, I'm not coming on vacation with y'all. I did it one time, and I made it. And that was a huge mistake I made, but I felt obligated because it was brand new. Everything was still, fresh and everything and clean. So, but the thing was, like, after that, like, I'm like, no, I'm not coming on vacation with you. For what? We have nothing going on. There's no reason for me to be there with you. I know how to take my kids on vacation. I go on vacation all the time. I know how I'm taking them on vacation by myself. So there's no reason for me to need to do this with you. So don't ask. Stop asking. Like, it's not happening. And then the other situation is that, he needs to understand that it's a problem in his relationship. If you don't tell him that it's a problem in his relationship and then you walk away, that's your fault. You are messing this relationship with him, not him. So you got to step up and say, look, this is a problem, so that he knows where to set those boundaries.
Now, let me say this.
Go ahead, Clint, because I really want to say something, but go ahead.
Yeah, I want to give her a man perspective real quick. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Before,
hey, I'm a man.
I know. I'm just saying. I ain't mean like, that's why I wanted Willie to go. No, I'm saying that because that's why I wanted Willie to go, to give her a man perspective, and I want her to get the man perspective first. Before you even get to a relationship, because like you said, you're just talking to him right now. Y'all into the getting to know each other stage, right?
Yes, it's been about like a month and a half.
Okay. So before y'all take it any further, there has to be some guidelines, some rule regulations, you feel me, some boundaries. You got to set all that up before you even go in. You feel me? Before you even get to a relationship, that has to be understood from the door. So if you're having issues with that right now, like Willie said, you got to bring that to the forefront immediately. I'm talking about the next time y'all speak.
Exactly.
You feel me? And if he feels some type of way or catch an attitude, that's your answer right there.
True.
Okay.
That is your answer right there. So if he feels some type of way that you come at him, say that again.
So just let him know, like immediately, that I did not sign up for the side chick position. Just let him know.
Well, no, you say you basically tell him that you feel uncomfortable with the fact that he's talking to his baby mom for long periods of time, and it's not about pertaining to the kids.
And you could say it just like that if you want to. I did not sign up for the side chick position.
You know what?
No, I'm serious. Listen, I'm 100% serious. Like, that's exactly, you got to come at it. A man respect. If you come at me live and direct, if he can't respect that.
Not everybody wants it that way, though, Clint.
But listen, if he can't respect that, at the end of the day, she's responsible for her. Let me talk to you. You're responsible. You're responsible for your own happiness. You feel me? At the end of the day,
right?
Do not let him dictate your happiness. That's what I tell people. So you gotta, if you already feeling some type of way, bring it to him. Like, because the situation might not be what you think it is. Because, like, a prime example, my dad, his wife, and my mom. When my dad and my mom were together, it was hell on earth. You understand? It was hell on earth. Right? They broke up. things happen. They try to get back together. I was like, hell no. As a child, you feel me? Like, nah, I don't want y'all, you know what I mean? I'd rather y'all not even do this. You feel me? They sensed it. They understood. They became best of friends. My dad remarried. My mom remarried. But they became, I won't say best of friends, but they became friends, I should say, to where the point to where my dad's wife and my mom will have conversations. Because they handle that. That's where I get my cues from. They handle that like adults, mature adults. And that's what everybody don't understand. When you have stuff like some mature adults, things will go so much smoother. There was never his wife, my stepmom, I love her to death. You feel me? She never had to worry about my mother because she knew my mother didn't want my father in that way anymore, and my father didn't want my mother in that way anymore. Their biggest concern was me. There was the connection. So if that's, you have to find out if is that the case with him and his, his ex, his child's mother. You feel me?
Now, can I speak from a female perspective now?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Sonny.
All right, so let me tell this to you as a female. Now, you said you have kids, correct?
Yes, I have 2 toddlers.
Now, are you dealing with their father in any capacity outside of being a co-parent?
No, we're co-parenting very well.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying to you. As parents, right, as moms, we got kids' fathers that we cool with, but we're not trying to get with at all, right? So we don't cause no extra shit. You do what you're supposed to do, we're good, right? So here's the problem with some baby moms. Not all, I will say some. Some either still have feelings for that person. They either show it in two different ways. They either extra, always in his face, just being hostile and just being extra because they still want him around, right? Everybody knows that kind. They just extra. They spiteful, they do stupid shit, whatever. Then you have the baby moms that's, we cool as long as he's still entertaining her in some type of aspect. And this is why I think, I don't know the girl, but I'm hoping that she's not like this where she entertains him, but if he stops entertaining her in that capacity, or I just, talking to her on the phone or like being cool with her, whatever, she's going to be one of them types where, I'm going to put you on child support. You have those type of baby moms where we're cool, and when you're not doing what I want you to do, I'm going to put you on child support, whether he's doing for his kid or not. So you just have to be mindful, like I said. He has to draw that boundary. You can't, as the guy said, address him and tell me a concern. His response will tell you everything you need to know. And it's not for you to approach her. It's just for you to come at it with him. If he don't fix it, then you don't need to be there because who got time for baby mama drama? Don't nobody got time for that. You got your own kids to raise. You got your own shit going on. And at that point, you know that she still want him in some type of capacity, or maybe he still want her. And that's why he keep it around just in case shit don't work out. But at the end of the day, I won't jump to that conclusion because it's kind of new. But I will say, like what they said, make sure you talk to him, address your issue, see what his response is. If his response is not the way, then you keep it pushing and find somebody else because don't nobody got time for all that extra headache. Because then all of a sudden she know you in the picture, she acting dumb, popping up, just being extra, and doing stupid shit that don't fucking matter just to get his attention.
And let me ask you a question. Has he, now this is an important question. Is this going to let you, has he inquired about your child's father, your children's father?
Yes, he has slowly been asking about what kind of guy he is. Of course, he asked me if we were still involved and if there was any hostility, I guess, because he wasn't trying to get into any hot mess either. But I let him know, like, no, there's nothing going on. We're not sleeping together, and he comes to get them on time all the time on his days and does what he's supposed to. But he does slowly ask about him, I guess, to get to know my children more. Like he asks, what did he used to do, I guess. And because we're so freshly talking, like it's only been like a month and a half, I guess the reason why, or that may be the reason why we haven't really dived into those questions with each other yet. I'm kind of like, I kind of am dangling on the I don't want to be disrespectful to ask him automatically what's, like, his business with his baby mom. Like, I understand they're not sleeping together, and but it kind of makes it weird to ask, like, what kind of woman that she is, you know? It does feel kind of awkward. I know you said, you know, just go ahead and ask, but I wish, like, I would even feel uncomfortable if he would start, you know, this random trivia about my kid's dad, which, you know, doesn't have much to do with him. So I kind of don't want to cross that line with him either. But he does ask. He does ask little things.
See, but it does. Yeah. It does have to do with him. See, this in my opinion, because when I go into a relationship, if I'm really, say me and you're talking, we both have kids, so me and you are talking, and if I'm really, like, into you, it's a certain conversations we have to have that I know you. I need to know if your situation, do y'all got that situation under control? Because and you need to know if I got my situation under control. You understand? Because I don't want to have any conflict with him, because then that makes it hard on us and then the kids. And then you don't want to have any conflict with my child's mother, because then that makes it hard on us and my child. You know,
let me step in here real quick too.
Go ahead.
The one thing too, I think on the flip side of it is, if you're not comfortable asking about her, which I think I would be not to say uncomfortable, but I wouldn't want to, you know, 6 weeks in and be like, what's up with your baby daddy? I probably wouldn't want to do that either. But I think from the standpoint of what is your outlook, asking him this, what is your outlook and what is your purpose in that relationship with the baby mama? You know, why do you do the things you do? You know, do you realize that you're crossing some boundaries that don't need to be crossed, or that you're doing some things that don't need to be done? You know, make him realize, like I said earlier, is that you gotta set the expectation with him, like this is a problem for me because it's uncomfortable to see you having this cordial relationship with this woman that's beyond the children. It has nothing to do with the children. You know, gossiping and hanging out and going on dates. You know, like, he might say, "Oh, it's not a date. You going out alone with your baby mama, that's a date." You know, you hanging out on the phone with the baby mama talking about, you know, what happened on Love and Hip Hop. That's spending time together. You know, and there's things that you have to put a squash on when you're in a real relationship with somebody, and you got, you know, a baby mama or a baby daddy that don't want to stop pushing those limits. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like in my situation, I had to do that. I had to set those limitations and say, look, this is, you know, I'm in a real relationship, and I'm happy with the person I'm with. So I don't need you to try to entertain me. I don't need your entertainment. I got entertainment over here. I'm having a good time with the person I'm with. You know, I don't need my ex-wife to do all that. No, chill out. I'm good. And so now we good. Now she understands. Now she, you know, she don't be asking me all them weird questions. She don't be asking me to do all this other extra stuff. You know, so we had an understanding now. That's what you got to tell him to do, is get an understanding of what his role is in that relationship with the baby mama, because he has to realize that it's bothering you, or that it's a problem. And that's fine in 6 weeks. 6 weeks and y'all actually dating, and y'all actually getting to that point where, you know, you're talking about, you know, each other's family. I mean, because that's your family, right? You know, you share a bond with this other man through your children. But the thing is that you have to limit it to the children. The same thing goes for him. He shares a bond with that woman through his kids, but that's what it should be limited to, is to those kids, and he has to understand that. He can't be mad at you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, or ask him this. Flip it in reverse. If that was you on the phone with your child's father, just hanging out, socializing, how would he feel? Because it's one thing to say, I feel upset about this, and this is not, I feel like this is not right, and he not understand. But if that had been you on the phone with your child's father, just having a whole random conversation in front of this dude, how would he feel? If he feels mad about it, then he should understand exactly how you feel. Because I know for damn sure I'm not about to be sitting on the phone like if I was dating somebody and their baby mom, they just having a grand old time, and I'm sitting there like, bitch, are you serious? And if I did it, and I know you will feel balled up about it, it's like fair exchange ain't no rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Right. And it's also a way of how you do things. It's like certain things got to be presented a certain way. You feel me? Like if that situation is that comfortable, where they like, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, like I feel as though you have to say something. Like you have to say something, because then you're not being honest with yourself. And if you're not being honest with yourself, then you can't actually be honest with him. And then it goes back to what you said in the beginning. If you are the side piece and you come, you're just as much to blame as he is.
Right.
You understand? It's like that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Go ahead. Let her. The caller was trying to say something. Go ahead, caller. Your name is Janet, right?
Well, so when yes, it is. So when I do bring it to his attention, because actually, and when he did answer the phone with her, it happened twice that he was on the phone with her in my presence. And the second time that she did call, she was literally calling to gossip with him about how bitches at her work, like at her job, just have her messed up. Like, for her to feel that comfortable, I did bring it up to him again. I asked him, like the next time we saw each other, like, are you sure you're not in a relationship? And he's like, I did tell you, like, I told you no, and then that was it. So for me, my next question, I do not sugarcoat most things. Usually I like to sit back and inspect it for myself, because, like, if it does come out, I don't want it to come out the wrong way, especially since, like I said, I feel like that we are fresh into this. I don't want to come off the wrong way. But when I do bring it to him, like, honestly, should it be a question as, does she still have feelings for you? Like, understand you're not in a relationship, but does she still care for you in that way? Because that should be able to answer, like, how, if the situation is messy. And so should that be that question I asked him? Should I just come out that straightforward and without sugarcoating it? Like, does she still have feelings with you? Because I feel uncomfortable. Like, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like a side piece type thing.
I think you should. I personally think that it's okay to ask that question. That is definitely a question that should not be, one, it shouldn't be off limits, and two, it shouldn't be hard for him to answer. So I think it's something that he should be able to answer for you. Now, if he feel like he's got to hide that information from you, that's a problem to me. That's a red flag to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he just feels like he can't answer it 100% honestly, like he's like, well, I don't think so, but yeah, sometimes she, may push this or do that, then that might be fine. Maybe he's just not good at interpreting things. But if he either has a problem with answering that question or thinks it's inappropriate, it's not inappropriate. It's definitely not inappropriate in my book.
I agree with Willie. It's not inappropriate, and I'm gonna take it a step farther with you. To be honest, if you was to ask me that question and say my child's mother still had feelings for me, it's irrelevant. I don't like if the relationship is over. That's what I'm saying. It's on him. It's not even like she's irrelevant, whether she has feelings for him or not.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. It's how he handles that situation. Because it could be some other random chick who feel got just as much feelings for him as well. You know
I think for her asking the question, it's a sense of intent. She needs to understand what the intent of the baby mama is, right? Because the thing is that he has to have that relationship with the baby mama. He can avoid random chicks that might be in love with him. That's easy.
But I'm saying even with the baby mom, he don't have to entertain her feelings. That's why I say it's on him. Like, I don't have to.
Don't have to. But
yeah.
He has to entertain her though. He still has to.
Yeah, he has to entertain her.
He has to deal with her with the kids, and so Janet's saying she needs to understand the baby mama's intent so that she can understand what's going to happen in this dynamic. Because you need to know what your dynamic is.
It's fact, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that point.
I don't think it's irrelevant because it's very relevant. It's because let me finish.
Let me finish why I say it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to me because if you ask me that, and you ask me, well, do your baby mom still have feelings for you? She probably do. I don't have feelings for her though. So it's up to me for you to trust me or how I handle this situation. If he can't go to his baby mom, this child's mother, and let her know that's what I'm saying about being a man of the situation, being an adult. If he can't let her know that there's no situation between us that's going to, you know what I mean, further, I'm in a new situation. If he can't do that, then you shouldn't. When you ask that question, I mean, like I said, that's a perfect question to ask. But if he can't tell you, like, oh, she probably do, but how she feels is irrelevant to how I'm going to handle the situation. Now, if you can't deal with that, that's a whole different issue. But the issue about her feelings with, I don't give a damn about what she feels for me. Only contact I got with her is for my child. Right. And that's how I'm going to keep it. Yeah. So if he can't do that, if he can't keep it there and that, well, then it's on him and you have to move on. That's how I see it.
Well, see, I think that, well, this
I agree.
I think I with her boyfriend already is that he's showing her that he doesn't know where to set boundaries at. He's already showing her that he doesn't know where to set boundaries. So
now, I agree with you there.
She needs to understand the girlfriend's intent, or the girlfriend. She needs to understand the baby mama's intent because she can see that he's falling for the okie doke. If she has his feelings for him, like if he could say, yeah, baby mama does got feelings for me, then it's like, dude, you falling into her trap then because you letting her call you any old kind of time. You spending time with her on the phone while I'm sitting here. That's a problem. You see what I'm saying? So now she knows she has to fight two battles at once. She got to fight the battle with him and then fight the battle with her. You see what I'm saying? So it's a good question because this is going to tell her what kind of battle she's fighting. And then she's got to make a decision on if it's worth it or not. If it's worth fighting for this dude and making sure that he acts right, you know, in the long run. And then, you know, how do you deal with the baby mama? And so
I have a question. How recent was the breakup between him and his baby mom?
And you know, I've never asked that. And their kid is only 2 years old.
Because that might be the issue. Like they recently broke up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Not that it excuses him, but it would make more sense that he doesn't know where the boundaries are or where to set them. Because if he's been with her for years and they recently broke up, he has, like I said, he's not. If you didn't, like I said, you have to also voice the opinion. But I would want to know that how recent was that breakup?
Yeah, make sure you're not the rebound. Or the get back. Or the get back.
That's another question.
Or the we broke up for a little bit, but we might get back together. You know, they broke up for like 3 weeks, and he met you, and he don't know what he want to do, and she talking sweet nothings, and they might go back. So just like I would want to know, like when you talk to him, say how recent was y'all parting ways, and then when he asks for that, then you can say, well, because, you know, this is why I'm asking this, because I feel uncomfortable that you feel comfortable enough to have long conversations with her that doesn't pertain to your child. And like Clint said, if his response is what, and he don't understand that and he don't respect that, if you came at him, like, honestly and express yourself, then you need to go.
Go ahead, John.
Okay. Yes, so that's another question that I'm going to have to, because I'm writing down a list now. That's another question I would have to ask of how recent it is, because it had been.
Yeah, we're not trying to preach to you. We just want to know, like, we just want to make sure that you choosing the right decision and giving you ideas, insight from third-party people, because we probably most of us been through it. Like, I don't know how old you are, but we done been through some shit, so we just kind of make sure that you don't have to go through what we went through.
And so,
I'm probably the oldest one here, so.
I'm gonna tell you, I could give you a perfect. This is what I was trying to get to earlier, but after I used my mom and dad analogy, I was going to use me for example, because it's perfect that you just said that you didn't ask that question. When me and my child's mother broke up, you know, the thing is, our lives were so connected that, you know, certain things we still had together, or we still had to do together, even before we can, like, because we had a child, even before we can completely split apart. Like, we wasn't in a relationship, but, you know, it was certain, like, we had the same phone bills, you know what I mean? It was just certain things. You know what I mean? I was still helping her drive around, get around, because, you know, we both going our separate ways, but we both was trying to help each other get on our feet because we had a child. You understand? So, but should I be... Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That instance, that now that you bring that up, there is it's somewhat the same conversation, not the same conversation, but the same situation with that. Like, they are intertwined somehow in each other's schedules still. Like, how is that, if you're not together, why is that still going on? And I guess that should probably point towards of them getting out of a relationship, you know, recently. I guess that should be
how recent was that? Yeah.
Another sign, because their schedules kind of seem like they're still, I mean, I know when you co-parent, your schedules still have to intertwine. Like, if I'm at work and these are your days, you know, I'm expecting you to come pick up kids at this time. But it's I think that he is helping her in other ways that he feels like right now he doesn't have to explain to me. But I feel like it's somewhat of that situation too. They're just so much still involved. And because, like you said, you know, I'm in my mid-20s, and so it is kind of, it's just for me being, you know, actually single, like trying to date for the first time in a long time. It's just I need to make sure that I'm getting these signs. So, like Willie Styles said, so I don't fall for the okie doke. I'm just trying to be sure of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we all pushing 35 and up. So me and Clint grazing that way, Willie, a little bit before us. So we, like, not to say that you're that much younger, you don't know, but it's just that, like, we've been through stuff. So we're not telling you just to, like, hey. We're just telling you because, like I said, we've been through some of the things. And when you've been through some stuff, you recognize stuff. And like I said, I'm telling you how I tell my best friend. My best friend doesn't have kids. So when I talk to her and she meets somebody with kids and she presents these issues to me, I give her, like, this is what should happen. Just like I said, even with my situation, me and my son dad broke up not too long, like a year and some change ago. I had to set boundaries with him because we were so familiar with each other that we had conversations that, you know, we probably shouldn't have had, stuff like that. And then when I met someone, I had to put that line in the sand, and I needed him to understand. He fought back a little bit, but I made him understand that this is, like, in order for us to continue as co-parents, we have to draw this line here, and this is where it's going to be at. So you have to understand that, or it's going to be a problem. And he understood. But like I said, you have to draw lines. Like, you drew a line with your children's father. This is the line that we're not going to cross. So he has to do the same. And whether it's he's with you or anybody else, he should do that. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yes,
I'm gonna tell you who you remind me of, and you take this and you apply it how you want to apply it. Like I was about to say, when me and my girl broke up, when me and my child mothers broke up, and like I said, like you said, the perfect word was our lives were still intertwined in a way. Excuse me. Not immediately, but soon after we broke up, you know, I met somebody else. So it's kind of dude probably in the same situation I was in. I met somebody, I'm talking about, it was probably about 2 to 3 weeks. Unexpectedly, we just hit it off. You know, I didn't give myself time enough to distance myself from that relationship, and that ended up messing up what I was trying to accomplish with the new woman. You know, then I got sick or whatever, so and I just fell completely. But where he may be in a similar situation where they just broke up, he may really like you, but his life is still intertwined with that. So my advice to you is like I said, he has to handle that first. That's what I didn't do. That was my mistake. I didn't fully, you know what I mean? I still had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I mean? The 1 foot in wasn't about relationship, being with her, but it was like, all right, we got a child. I got to make sure she's still on her feet for my child. I got to get on my feet. And then I was, it's just too much going on. Now he's on a different plane because my child's mother, she better not call me trying to gossip. You feel me? She better not. You feel me? She knows. She already knows. We're not talking about our little princess. Like, we don't got nothing to talk about. You feel me? Right. But if he still, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, but that's why I was saying that I don't think it matters how much time it's been, because if you've been in a relationship with somebody for any amount of years and share kids with that person, you can be apart for months, for years, for whatever, and it can, you can still have this unrealistic expectation of what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, me and my ex, we got a divorce a year ago. It's been a year, and before that it had been a couple of years, maybe 3 years before that we weren't together really. And so my thing is that it took me that long to realize that there were just some things I didn't need to do, or I didn't have to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of get in a routine. I think that's maybe her boyfriend's problem, is that he's in a routine, and he hasn't realized that routine needs to now change. And like I said, what it took for me was my girl to step up and say, hey, this is a problem. This is uncomfortable for me to see this going on. For me to realize that, oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm doing the most, and I don't need to be doing the most. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm notorious for doing the most anyway, so that's a given. But the thing was, is I had to be put on notice and say, look, this is the problem, and so because this relationship to me is like everything. It's like not because of the relationship, but because the click was such a good click. It was just such a good connection that I felt that I didn't want to lose that, not over somebody I left. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's gonna have to realize, is that he could be losing a good thing. I don't know what your relationship is like with this guy, Janet, but if y'all having this great relationship, I would hope he want to salvage that over something he gave up already. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I think if you put it to him, not walk to him and go, I'm gonna break up with you if you don't do X, Y, Z. Don't go overboard.
Ultimatums never work.
Exactly, they definitely never work. I don't go over ultimatum once.
Just share your honest feelings. Just share your honest feelings.
Exactly. Just share your honest feelings. Let them know, like, hey, I'm kind of uncomfortable with this situation because X, Y, Z. And then, like you said, put them couple of questions to the test on them and say, look, what's the situation? What's this situation? What your baby mama intent is? What's your intent? And let him answer those questions. And it's honest, and it's needed. That's what communication is all about. Exactly. And that's why relationships, this is why they either succeed or fail. It's all about this communication. When people are too afraid to ask these hard questions, that's why these relationships fail. This is why my marriage failed, because we were too scared to ask the right and the hard questions, and we let this thing get out of control. We let things get out of hand because we couldn't sit there and talk to each other face to face and ask each other honest questions. And that's what you got to do if you're going to be in a real relationship. And you got to ask those questions. You got to talk these things out. And if you don't, why be with somebody?
And I appreciate the fact you called and inquired, because that shows that you really trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? I don't know you personally, but you seem like a nice woman. So my thing is,
for that.
Give him a chance. I'm saying it because I lost out on something good because I still I didn't correct my situation properly. You seem like a good woman. Give him a chance, because like I said, ain't no man perfect. We don't know it all. You feel me? He may be oblivious. Like, we don't know him. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt right now. So he may just be trying to do the best he can in the situation. Because like Sonny said, his girl may be bitter. So he may be just trying to be cordial, because he know if he can't keep it cordial right now, she's going to try to take him to the house.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't know. I'm just saying that's a possibility. But when you have if you have this conversation with him and let him know, it gives him a chance. All right, to either say, all right, well, let me get my shit in order because I don't want to lose. Because I don't want to lose out on this. You feel me? Give him a chance that I didn't have. You feel me? That was my point of the story. It's like I didn't have that. I didn't have a chance to correct it. You know, give him a chance to correct it.
Do you think I should? So I should wait on him to, if that is the situation, should I wait on him to fix it up a bit? I'm not a very I'm not pushy, but I don't want to waste my time. And like I said, I'm in my mid-20s and I do have kids. So I should I should wait on him to fix up his situation.
Well,
not necessarily.
Let me answer it like this, Clint. Let me say this: be reasonable. Be reasonable with the situation. It's a learning situation for all three of you, really. Put it that way, really. Three of you. At this point, we already can understand just by his actions already that we already know he doesn't know how to set the boundaries right up front, right? Or he doesn't know that the boundaries need to be set up front. Put him to the task and say, look, this is the situation, blah blah blah. Then let him go to work. And if he goes to work and starts fixing it, and you see little changes here and there, give him time to make those changes. Let it be comfortable for him, because he might be in a situation where he feels like he needs to slowly draw back. You know, because that's what I did. I slowly draw back. I said, you know what, I'm going to put this boundary up, then put this boundary up, make these statements. You know, I was like up front, like, look, this is how this is going to work, blah, blah, blah. But then I had to just kind of slowly back it up, you know. It probably took me about a month or two to kind of slowly back it all out, you know. So give him that month or two. Y'all been together 6 weeks. You know, give him 6 weeks to figure it out, but he's got to be actionable, right? He's got to be making action. Give him a week to do this, or give him a week to do that. I mean, the phone calls by themselves can be stopped the next day. You see what I'm saying? Like the day one, he can be like, you know what, oh baby mama, yeah, I feel you, but you know, I'm with my girl right now, so I'm gonna have to call you back later, or I'm gonna have to talk to you later, and then you know, make it clear that he don't need to call her later. He don't need to talk to her later about that stuff. You know, the thing is that
yes, because there's certain times she should be calling. So first of all, she shouldn't be calling past a certain time. It's just like time frame. Right. 9 to 5, bitch. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let me say I've been drinking. I just got a little petty, but it's just times that she shouldn't call. After 9 o'clock, she shouldn't call. What's she calling him for?
Right.
I say it like this. I say it like this. For my daughter, if it's about my daughter or my child, yeah, she can call anytime she wants. And I think it should go. I think he should be understandable.
Well, it's just an emergency, yeah.
Yeah, because so if it's
but
about the child. But
you call me every night at 9:30 talking to you. What you doing? No.
Yeah.
If it's an emergency, that's different.
Yeah, if it's about the child, then you know everybody does is about the situation. It's about the children. You had that conversation with about the children, but you know, like he said, you know, set your boundaries up. And he has to set his boundaries up, and you too.
He's got to. You got to do it.
Yeah, you too. Like you have to. You understand? You feel me? Like I said, let him know you're responsible for your happiness. Let him know his happiness is not your happiness is not dependent upon him. You understand? Like. So, you know, he'll be quick there. If he's really feeling you, he'll make those changes. He'll do what he has to do. You feel me?
That's what I did. I was not about to risk my relationship over some mess.
Yeah, and I'm with Willie. I would have did the same thing, but like I said, I had the caveat. Once I got sick, I just fell back from everybody. Like, oh, let me get my stuff together for my daughter. And that's when everything switched for me. But if I could, you know, time goes on, you don't get time back. But you know, hindsight is always 20/20. If knowing what I know now, like Willie, I would have handled that situation like how Willie did, like how Willie said. I would have handled it just like that. You feel me? Like, hold on, let me get this situation straight. Let me set my boundaries over here. So moving forward, there's no issues. Our lives aren't intertwined. the girl I'm dealing with doesn't have to worry about anything coming from you. You don't have to worry about her. Our kid is, you know what I mean? Because first of all, I'm pretty sure you're not going to bring nobody around your child that isn't up to standards. And I'm pretty sure you're up to standards. He got to explain to his child's mother that he's not going to bring nobody that's not up to standards. You feel me? Like those conversations have to be had.
Yeah.
After show, we're after show. I just want to put the number back out there one more time. If you guys have an opinion on all
yeah,
this.
we was fucking, Clint. We was fucking.
383-1155 again. It's 657-383-1155. And we got a little sidetracked over here, giving Janice some advice.
But see, that segues into the Tyrese situation.
Been a good conversation, definitely been a conversation. What would you say, Sonny?
I said that segues into the Tyrese situation with his baby mama issues.
Yes, yeah. That's a whole another thing right there for sure.
Yeah, we definitely need to have a show on that one because I saw somebody post about a lot of females that they threw me for a loop with that one because I woke up to that and I didn't know what was happening. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, you know how many deadbeats we got out here? Like, what y'all doing?
Yeah. I definitely. What was it? But then we have another question about because we did get sidetracked.
Yes, we did.
Another question about the cheating. Like, what was it?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to the information.
About the proof.
It was like, about the proof. Is proof necessary to know that you're dealing with a cheater? Like, do you have to have, like, unequivocal, undeniable, like you caught him in the bed butt naked? But then they got that Shaggy song, It Wasn't Me. Right. But, you know. Right.
What do you think, Janet? What's your thoughts on that? Do you need proof to know that it's cheating?
Let's see. I would definitely, if I even get a tad a bit of feeling like of dishonesty or of him sneaking around, then I would go definitely look for the proof. Yes, I would. That would be one of the things that I do before. I feel like I have to have some type of foundation before I even bring it to him, especially if we've been together for a long time. I need something to be able to bring to him if I feel like he's being dishonest or disloyal. So I would definitely go snooping. I would look for that proof before I even bring it to their attention because, like I said, people around my age, most of them are dishonest. And so if you don't have that proof, it's as if you can't say anything about it. You can just say how you feel, but they can easily brush it off as it's just how you feel instead of this is the truth. So I would go look for that proof. I think it's essential for you to have it to even approach someone with cheating.
Yeah, okay. Well, when I hear that question, do I need proof? That first of all, that's saying that I already have suspicions, right? Mm-hmm. That she may be cheating. So now I'm gonna ask myself, why? Why do I have these suspicions? What's going on in our relationship? Obviously, there's a disconnect somewhere. You understand, in our relationship, for me to even consider that she's cheating. You know what I mean? Or that she would even want to cheat. So I'm getting signs, so to speak. I'm getting signs. So whether I have proof or not, that conversation got to be had. Mm-hmm. You understand? So when we have that conversation, you know, I like I said, I like it straight. If I feel like, you know, she beating around the bush or she's being, she's being guarded, she's not being 100 with me, all right, then right there, you know, I'm not going to say, all right, that's proof she's cheating, but, you know, that's proof that's breakdown in communication. It's something going on that she's not telling me, and if she can't tell me, then, you know, I'm just speaking for me or how I would deal with it. If she can't tell me, well then, like, all right, well, this relationship gonna have to stop right here. You feel me? Before we go any further, we have to correct whatever's going on. You know, we have to fix this communication because I feel like something ain't right. And if you can't change that, and I can't get it, like, we can't go on. Now, maybe that'll be insecurity speaking. You know, let's be honest. You know, that could be insecurities. But if I'm feeling some type of, yeah, you know what I mean, trust issues. But if I feel like, you know what I mean, like, I'm so easy, like, you know, like I said, I done been through so much. It's like, you know what I mean, I lost everybody I love, really. So it's like, you can't hurt my feelings. So with me, like, I need you to be honest. So if you don't want to be with me, like I said earlier, or, like, just say it. You feel me? Because if I feel like something's going on, I feel like that's when I say that it's the epitome of selfishness. I don't like selfish people. I can't be in a relationship with a selfish person. So if you can't be honest with me, you're being selfish. So, like, I don't need to see you in the bed with somebody. You know what I mean? I don't need to see you out with somebody. You feel me? All I need to know is your actions changing. You feel me? Something ain't right. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something ain't right, and you can't communicate why your actions are changing. You can't communicate why and give me some valid, legitimate reasons. Well, then, like, you know, it's time to split, babe.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Yes, I agree with intuition is everything. If I feel like your pattern has changed, I'll ask you, and if it just keeps saying that something ain't right, I'm gonna be alert. Like, I feel like if I gotta check your phone, or if I gotta be worried about what, like you said, Clint, gotta be worried about you doing, asking where you're going and shit like that. Like, first of all, I don't have time to check people's phones. I don't have a lock on my phone, so check my shit. I don't give a damn. I don't have time to be trying to figure out your passcode, changing your voice, checking your voicemail. I don't have time for none of that. If I feel like in my brain, if your actions change and I think that you're probably cheating on me, I'm going to pay attention to everything you're doing. I may address you about it. You could say no. And if I still feel some type of way, I might be like, you know what, let me just go. I don't have time for that.
What you was about to say, Janet?
Well, so do you think that sometimes those assumptions could destroy a relationship? Like, for instance, me and my kid's dad, we had been together for years, even before we had our two toddlers. And assumptions, I feel like, you know, when you're both going through, you know, things in your life that could hurt your how outgoing you are, or sometimes just how you feel altogether, not just so much relationship wise, but everything. Something like that happened to us, and he flipped out. Those assumptions were made, and he did not have any kind of proof. I didn't feel like I was giving off that I was cheating. I was not, but he dissected every like my computer, emails, everything, just to find out that I really was not, and it really destroyed you know, what we had in the midst of our relationship. That was, you know, one of the first things that just started to destroy us. And so you don't think that sometimes those assumptions can get there?
Go ahead, Willie.
I think that's why so many people want the proof, right? Because I was going to touch on exactly that, is that I think a lot of people who do want the proof are trying their best to not allow that creep into your mind and the making the insinuations or even blaming, or not blaming, but pointing fingers at somebody when you don't have any justification. You don't want that to be why the relationship ended, because you overreacted, you took it out of context or whatever the case may be. You know, you're like, oh, your patterns are changing, and you're like, well, it's just because, you know, I've been having a bad day at work every day, and now I go to the bar after work, and it had nothing to do with cheating. It just had to do with stress relief. You know, whatever the case may be, or somebody, like, you know, they're going to start going to the gym, and so now their focus is health, and now you think it's, you know, it's something else going on, or whatever the case may be. I think a lot of times we want that proof so that we don't end up looking like we went off on the deep end, right? And I think it's, you know, that's the risk you take. You know, you take the risk, one, when you start snooping, when you start looking for stuff.
You're gonna find it.
You take the risk, you're gonna find something, and then two, you're taking the risk that you're gonna alienate that person you're in a relationship with, because if they feel like you're, you know, accusing them of things that they're not doing, you know, it may either drive them to do it or it may drive them to drop you. You know, so you do have to be careful with accusations. You have to be careful with those with those thoughts, because if they are unfounded, you could be the demise of that relationship. So
but I also believe I remember hearing the saying where if you, like, not necessarily, but you know how people be cheating on their mate and they keep accusing their mate of cheating, but they're the ones actually cheating. It's called a deflection. So sometimes it could be the person cheating, not necessarily in your situation, but it could be the person cheating and reflecting it on you, like you cheating. And like, no, I'm not cheating. And because they feel guilty and they feel like you got to be cheating on them because they just not around, They're
just trying to justify their actions. Basically.
Yeah, exactly.
To the question she asked, though, like with me,
that's one thing you got to watch too. I mean, that happened to me. Accused of cheating in this one relationship I was with, and it turned out she was the one cheating, and I had to start asking those questions like, why are you something? And I was like, I know I'm obviously not doing it, so I had to start asking questions, and then I found out that's what the situation was, and exactly was that she was deflecting, and her insecurities and her issues came back on me, We were both young, we were real young, but still. She knew what she was doing. She knew she, was making me try to make, or at least trying to make herself feel better that what she was doing was justified, So.
And then it's also, what you're willing to deal with. Like me, I'm the wrong person to be coming to for a relationship. The more I talk about relationships, the more I feel like I'm in the wrong person.
Clint always kicking in. F you, F this, and
because like
you're kicking the dough in on the relationship.
It's because listen, I don't forget me going through her, like any female I know, she know, like, if I'm not going, man, listen, if I gotta feel like I gotta go through your phone, I'm out of here. You underdig? So I don't want that done to me. I don't like being questioned. You understand? I don't like the assumption. So I get what she's saying. You feel me? Because if I'm dealing with a woman and she every 5 minutes she checking my phone, she wondering what I'm doing. She making these false accusations or just assumptions. It's like I can't put up with that. I don't see how people deal with that. You feel me?
Yeah.
You probably get about 48 hours of that out of me. I'm serious. Like, you'll probably get, like, people be going on like that for months, sometimes even years. Like, I can't process that. I can't understand how people can deal with that. You feel me? Because once I feel like if you don't trust me, I always be wary of people when they be like, they don't trust nobody. Because once you say that to me, all right, I don't trust you. Because if you don't trust nobody, you're not going to ever be all in with anybody. You feel me? It's like, it's always going to be, a side eye there. There's no way you can be honest. You feel me? So I beware. I always say, be careful of who you trust. Vet who you trust. But don't say you just don't trust anybody. So once you show me you don't trust, once that trust is broken, it's like, how we get that back? You know what I mean? You don't trust me. You feel me? I'm not about to sit here. I'm trying to have a healthy and build a relationship with you. Instead, I have to prove my loyalty and trust to you every day.
Nobody got time for that shit.
That's my thing with some relationships. It's about the trust. It's about to be able to trust that person. I'm like, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you and call myself loving you or you loving me, and then I don't trust you. Like, no, I can't do that. I can't be in a relationship where I feel like I gotta question everything you say and everything you do, and be leery of everything you say to me because I don't trust the words coming out of you. I'm not about to sit here and be in a relationship with you and have that issue with you. That don't even make sense, and it's definitely not love. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of times people in some of the actions and they get caught up in emotions and maybe the passions of a relationship, but they don't realize that you shouldn't be in a relationship with a person that you feel like cheating you all the time, or that they're trying to put something over on you. That's not love. That's not a real relationship. You just kind of doing motion. You can do the motion. You can be in a relationship where you don't trust that person.
Exactly.
And that's my take too on it. It's like if you first time you feel like somebody's either cheating on you or deceiving you or whatever it may be, like you have a trust issue with a person, I say take your time. Take your time, get back straight, make sure you seeing it. But if you feel like that multiple times, every couple months or every so often something happens, and all of a sudden you end up feeling like the person is doing something they don't have no business doing, it's time for you to get out of that.
Yeah.
If you trust that person, don't be in a relationship with them because you're doing a disservice to yourself and to them and to everybody around you. So just get out of that relationship because trust is almost just as important as communication in a relationship. I put the communication at the very top, like number one thing.
Yeah.
You gotta have communication. You have to have compromise. And all this comes. And all this, not to say that all this comes for love or that it out trumps love. Love is what wraps us together because to be able to love somebody, you got to be able to do both things. So love is the covering for all of this. But the thing is that these qualities and these things that you have to be able to do in a relationship, those things are most important. To be able to communicate with that person, to be able to compromise, to be able to trust that person. Now, those are the key things that you need. Yeah, it's like Sonny's alerting us that we gotta wrap this up.
I just want to say one more thing, like to add on what Big Bro Willie just said. Trust is paramount. So I want to ask you, Jenna, real quick. Do you have trust issues?
Oh no, I don't think that. I don't think I have trust issues. I do also agree that I think that trust is definitely that glue that holds the relationships together. And I've been in a relationship where, like I said, trust was an issue, but it was never for me. In relationships, it comes where I give you the trust, and then if you do something, then the trust gets knocked down. But I had entered a relationship where I had to rack up that trust. In the relationship instead of already starting off with him loving and trusting me. So I don't have the issue. I never had an issue because I do think it holds great importance in a relationship.
Yeah. I like that point Willie made about how love wraps everything up because it's like that's deep. Because I'm sitting here, when you said that, I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, because a relationship is way more than love. I mean, love not going to sustain a relationship. You feel me?
Right.
Like I love my baby. I love my child's mother to this day because that's my child's mother. She gave me the most beautiful thing in my life. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
She gave me the most beautiful. But I don't like her
right.
At all. You feel me? At all. You feel me? And sometimes I. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I like to be petty too sometimes. So sometimes I have to reinforce it to her. You know what I mean? When we be talking, it's real petty and mean sometimes. When we be talking, I just feel like the conversation too nice. Be like, nah, we we ain't even we don't even rock like that. We don't even like we're gonna cut this
dad just had
disrespectful
conversation ever.
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Yeah, thank you, Janet, for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Lance, Sonny,
hopefully
Willie,
this won't be your last time listening in.
All right.
All right,
guys. Well, this is Willie Styles. Thank you all for listening. You can catch me at Willie Styles everywhere, STYLE.
You already know it's your boy Clint. Catch me on my blog site at kingstruth.com. Catch me on Twitter at eTrentonGroomy and Snapchat at King's Truth. Instagram Clint back BLAQ.
Really, I am Sunny D _D. Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Bye, guys.
Oh, catch us. Hold on.
iTunes, on
YouTube,
Google Play Music.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, do that.
Catch y'all in 7 days.
Good night, guys. This is what happens when we run through the show that quickly. It was a real good conversation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks again, Janet.
It's Janice now. Ha! I got the name right. Willie, you're fired. Good night, guys.
Yeah, I kept saying Janet. I thought it was Janet.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
It's a common expression, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. However, what if the horse's mouth is filled with useful insurance tools? This is the exact case with the Geico app. Yes, the app is free and therefore a gift horse. However, look inside the app and behold, emergency roadside assistance, digital ID cards, bill pay. Get the Geico app. Look it in the mouth, get amazing services. Thank you.